last number of decades has come all the way here to become a victimhood culture in America. Well, our culture of excellence in some ways has leapt oceans to lift up other countries like China, where kids on average, let's just talk
well, here at Skyline and Erlanger, they're really busy. Cooking up a storm back there. Got a big crowd in here, full house. And of course, Cincinnati Reds opening day, and having a free coney if you buy a drink to celebrate the day here. Always like to come to Skyline, whether it's Independence or Erlanger or anywhere in northern Kentucky. It's always a great day. Got a line up here to pay the bill, so we'll pay it when we get a chance here. Ma'am, is the owner named Tom? Zane? What's his, Mike? What's his last name?
Zach.
Zach? Well, these people are ahead of me.
Oh, okay, well,
Here you go.
got cash, so I can
And she said they'd take the hot dog or the coney off here. His name's Mike. What's his last name? Z-A-N-G? Has he had him a long time, hasn't he?
Stan's name was Tom.
Tom, okay, that's where I think.
Here you go. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Have a good day.
Singing at the places I go, if permitted. I love to build and cheer people up.
His name was Tom.
That's right. My father's name was Tom.
And he was a good man, and I bought a mini coney off of him.
Thank you.
Years ago, John Stephenson here,
Yeah.
travels with the Stephensons. Nice to be here with you today on this famous day, a free coney with a drink and a lot of great smiles.
Thank you.
And just remember, everybody loves somebody sometime. Makes no difference when or where or how. Everybody loves somebody sometime. It's Mike Zane's time. Right now, right here at Skyline, where you get a free coney on opening day. Mr. LaRue Simpson here. God bless you. Travels with the Stephensons television show. Your old Superintendent of Education for the state of Kentucky. Out having his coney for the day. Praise the Lord, pass the ammunition of godly principles. Nice to be with you.
Nice being with you.
Fantastic. Way to open up a show here. Travels with Dr. John Stephenson. Just had a great meal out at Frisch's Restaurant in Campbell County out there by the Northern Kentucky University. Had a great day with Miss June, and guess what? My brother-in-law Keith popped in there and treated us to lunch. Bless his heart. Keith Guyman and Jenny Guyman, all the Guyman clan. We love them. Rabbit hash. You can't beat it. Travels with the Stephensons with the help of WIOK 107.5 FM on the radio dial. Tri-State Gospel brings you Love Worth Finding with Adrian Rogers. Let us know if you like the lesson as much as we like listening to it on the radio each day, in both AM and PM. Remember, love is God's greatest gift to all. June and John Guyman Stephenson, www.jstephenson.com or johnstephenson.com. The email is small j, small s, 750-0000 @gmail.com. That's our new email address. God bless you and have a great day. April the 7th, 2017. There's June and Gil's, June's father and Gil's father-in-law there at in the home out there with Gil and Jan. Many great memories. There's Judy and Jay Brander, Judy Stephenson Felty, and John, myself, April the 7th. There's Mary Ruth, my sister, and my sister Judy Lynn, Mary Ruth Robinson, Stephenson Robinson, and Judy Lynn Felty, Stephenson Felty, and then there's Jay Brander, World War II vet. And there I am with the same group, Mary Ruth, Judy, Jay, and myself. God bless you all, and God bless them. And there's a couple of Judy's boys, Donnie and Ethan there. Of course, my sister Mary Ruth. Little Judy Lynn Felty, Stephenson Felty. Boy, Donnie and Ethan have grown up a lot since then. Ethan just graduated from high school. Bless his heart. There's Jerry, Gerald's son, oldest son, Jerry Stephenson, lives out in Texas with Uncle John. Wonderful young man. And there's the whole family. We were out at Gerald's at the Baptist Village is where these pictures were taken. There they all are sitting there. And we're, I think, packing Gerald up and getting him moved to another place, some independent living place. So, new video on that. We'll see what we have to say down there. Beautiful, wonderful time. Wonderful time. This is a picture here of the house that June and I built out on Martin and Moffett Road, right in the corner of two roads, 2994 Moffett Road. That was our last home that we've actually built, and wonderful place. And then the two homes over in Fort Mitchell, 127 Seville Court in Fort Mitchell, and then 213 on Beechwood Road. You can see that little house as you drive by down Beechwood Road with the cross in the gable, stone house. This was our last home, though, on 2 acres of land there, the last 2 acres of Dad's mom's farm there, the 12-acre farm. The house that we grew up in was down Martin Road, but unfortunately it was in such bad shape they just sort of shoved it over the hill into the hollow to build another house there. So, and you can see down here, this is at the Hammond family funeral, where they had a funeral, and went down and filmed that with Travels with the Stephensons. Doing a lot of filming, as you all can tell. Of course, there's Miss June and I. Bless her heart, smartest move I ever made. Miss June Guymon Stephenson. This is the 80th picture out of 308 pages that we had. It's the 80th page. God bless you all in your work here. And here well, that's how bad a shape my legs are in, unfortunately. In life, it makes it a little difficult. There's my cousin there, Roger Bingham, the one I wrote the song about, Kentucky Joe. I had a great time doing that and singing it and make a DVD out of it, and that he could show all over the countryside, wherever he traveled, from being on the great show there, the Survivor show. And I did a great job on the show and brought his Bible forthright with him and out front for people to see. Roger Bingham, cousin to John Stephenson. Wonderful man, a Bingham.
Is this what people are so upset about? Minuscule cuts? Well, what are they angry about?
It's so ineffectual, but what they are upset about is that someone who is unelected is coming in and haphazardly firing tens of thousands of people, cutting programs, having to reinstate it.
5,000 people, many of whom weren't showing up for work anyway. But when these kind of cuts happen in corporate America, people freak out and say, "Oh, a board member suggested these cuts, and I'm outraged."
He didn't suggest it. He's marching in everywhere, and he's executing them.
The active verb there. Next, the progressive body and Clyde are hitting the road. AOC and Bernie Sanders are bringing their wonderful radical message to a town hall near you.
Trip to Russell Springs, April the 14th, 2017.
Of course, our first get together without Art for quite a while, but we know where he is. We're rejoicing. I'm sure he's still rejoicing.
Yeah.
Where he is right now. And I'm sure he's probably getting along with his 2 wives pretty well right now.
Art Regal passed away, Sharon. Wonderful man.
Well, thank you for being here. And
Jan's daughter.
celebrating 3 birthdays today. Joseph, Joshua, and Jan. Of course, Joseph was on the 12th, right after, the day after Art's death.
Sweet 16.
And Jan was afraid he was going to be on his birthday, weren't you, honey?
No, I was hoping it would not be.
Oh, okay. And, of course, Jan today celebrating her
60th.
39th birthday.
60th. I'm ashamed. Are you 77?
I have finished my 77 years.
She's the double 7
I'll
today.
be starting on my 78th.
She's 77 today.
You're in your 78th
She caught
year.
up with me today.
That's still
My 78th. I'm 77 today. But that means I'll finish my 77th year.
And
But you
beginning.
live a whole year before
Beginning.
you're mine.
Beginning her
Okay.
And you live
70.
another whole year
Yeah.
before you're 2.
Now, if you want to
you run the entire lap
if you
before they
want
count it.
if you want to be actually correct like the Chinese do, you can add another 9 months to that.
Oh, don't confuse me beyond
I'm
this.
pushing 80 real hard.
77 is completion, a double completion, and Art, it dawned on me that he was here, with you guys 7 years, so there was
Yeah.
that symbolism of
Yeah.
completion
You
also.
know, that occurred to me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, it occurred to me a lot.
Yeah.
ago.
7 years.
Well, you know what occurred to me? Jacob had to work 7 years for his wife.
so now,
And Gil kind of worked 7 years for I got you.
I'm afraid I may get him too.
Pretty good there, Bob.
Okay, folks, let's go.
okay, yeah, let's get this ball
Listen,
rolling.
I did what I felt
I know, honey.
I
I'm
was
just teasing.
supposed to do.
I know you did.
I promised my mother
And you completed.
I would take care of my dad.
Yes, you did on her deathbed.
And that was probably the most profound, amazing thing that anybody could do for their
Nobody
parents.
else
I'm
could
telling
have
you.
done it in the
I
because
think
of
you,
their work and stuff.
yeah.
Honey, nobody else would have done it. Let's put it that way.
Okay, don't put that on TV.
But edit that.
And you filming this?
I film everything.
I do film everything. Bless his heart. Bless all their hearts. Love them to dearly. WIOK 107.5 FM on the radio dial. Tri-State Gospel. Falmouth, Kentucky 41051 or 41040 and 41040 and Post Office Box 50. Tri-State Gospel. Gil and Jan Hammond. For 34 years they've had the Christian radio station on with wonderful sermons. Adrian Rogers, David Jeremiah, Ann Graham Lott, Michael Youssef, Dr. Dobson, and Gil Hammond. Bless their hearts, all of them, and the local ministers too. And so watch everybody. Great show, great station. Story of the old Independence Courthouse.
And, I think in the end the party is going to be split. They say they like the Republican Party, and the Tea Party came in and kind of fractured it. They got like 2 Tea parties. They don't know who they are or what they're about. And, final note, if AOC wants to say...
Right where I live now, 38 McCollum Road, Independence, Kentucky, 41051. I do a lot of singing there at the courthouse in my films. Beautiful place, thanks to the Kenton County Fiscal Court and the Independence, City of Independence, Kentucky. The mayors and the judge. Aerial view. Right down here on the left where we live. Praise the Lord. And this is what it's all about. Darius Beach, Gun Club Road. There he is. My cousin, our cousin, Darius Beach, brother of Leota Beach. Met him in 2014. Became his cousin and friend there all at once. Spent a lot of time with him over the years. Gone on to heaven now.
at this point is that you're not seeing progressives who have pushed the Republican.
Some of the high school graduates.
So I'm trying to figure out.
Jeff Bourne, who's gone on to heaven. Rodney Reel's gone on to heaven. Janet Stanley's gone on to heaven. Stanley Letford, still alive, still kicking, still doing a great job, a wonderful friend. Class of Simon Kenton 1961. We'll be having a family reunion for class reunion for Simon Kenton Class 61, May the 17th, 2025. Committee meeting is every fourth Friday at La Rosa's at 12, every fourth Friday. And the reunion will be May the 17th in the Simon Kenton room there, in Independence at La Rosa's. And it'll be from 1 to 4. God bless you. And there's one of our teachers there, J.B. Losey, still alive. Hope we can get him to the reunion. We'll try. And there's a class meeting there of our class. Several of them gone on to heaven, but there's several of them there. Page 84 of 308. Travels with Dr. John Stephenson. One of my favorite pictures there is Cindy, my little niece, who had the little pickup truck that I sold to Darius at a very reasonable price. And when she passed away, Mom and Dad were bad shape, and I worked, and June worked with Cindy, finding her a place to live, and she was a wonderful young lady, a wonderful niece, gone on to heaven. Of course, one of my favorite pictures here, 2017, is the Guyman group, the Guyman family, all together. I'm there next to Jim, but you got a good close look up of them there. Wonderful group. I'll get a little closer there if I can. That's all the Guymans, June's family. I think we're over there at the furniture store before Tim sold the furniture store there in Campbell County. That's Tim in the black shirt down there by Sandy, Jim Emerson and Kathy. There's Miss June and Amy and Rose, Jim behind him and me behind June, and Ken back there, and Keith, and Joe and Lonnie, Joe B. There's Heidi and Dave, Timmy and Nancy, and Sylvia and Joe and Donna and Joe B. I think I got everybody there. The Guyman family at 10 Guyman's Furniture Store, 2017. God bless them all. And thanks, Ken, for treating us today at Frisch's today, May the 20th, 2025. Praise the Lord. There's three of us out at the furniture store there. Looks like Sandy and Donna and Sylvia. Beautiful store he had there for many years. Tim Guyman, bless his heart. Wonderful brother-in-law. There's Tim and Heidi, his sister, there at the furniture store. Guyman's Furniture. And there's Tim and Sandy and June and John. There we are at the furniture store. I tell you what, wonderful people. Well, let's see what we got on video here.
Andy Guyman rounding third and head is running.
This time we'll have the phone on.
Until we meet again. Happy trails to you. I'm glad you are friends. Right here at the Furniture Gallery, where we're having a sibling gathering here, and we're leaving this evening. My wife June, Mr. Tim Guyman, Guyman Furniture Gallery, Mrs. Sandy Guyman, who's She's in the first on the left is my chandelier, my little lamp. Oh my Lord, I'm in your town. Bye. Bye. All I'm going to say is Tim Guyman and Sandy Guyman are rounding third and heading for home.
That's right.
Praise the Lord. We got a family, haven't we? I tell you what, they have fun, and I love them.
He's like the interior decorator in chief now. Forget the nuclear bomb. I don't even trust him with the button that gets him a Diet Coke. I mean, he has plans to completely retool the Kennedy Center also. Have you heard that? Is there no safe place to go anymore in this guy? You can't even go to a gym. A gym, that's good.
Yeah, but if the coke button sets her off, Joy's head's gonna explode after the Pentagon named the new Boeing fighter jet F-47. Greg Gutfeld, you were saying in the green room that usually are the ones that do the interior redecorating, and it wasn't really a man's place.
Oh God, you nailed it word for word. Yeah, but I didn't say commitment. I used a different word. Well, he does need a makeover. That's why she's jealous. Unfortunately, funeral parlors, they're pretty expensive. But you know what? It's like, watch the view. It's like you're transported to the past, you know, like an old beauty parlor where they trade stories that they just read in People magazine or National Enquirer, and they have ladies putting tin foil in their hair. And they got
John Stephenson and Mary Ruth Robinson Stephenson, and the Stephenson clan there. Judy, Jerry, Dorothy, and back here to the Hammond, Mr. Hammond, High Sheriff of Russell County.
Meanwhile, they're having the time of their lives. I think that, like,
Miss June and John protesting the president. Meet the press.
To put a coke button in there. You're gonna choose your battles.
Jill and the family, Ty and the kids. The O'Reilly factor. Pam Butler, wonderful, bless her heart. Wonderful Simon Kenton graduate class of 61. The old Hammond home over in Lakeside Park, which I sold for him. Best of April, April 1st, April 30th, 2017. Well, bless your heart. And there they are right there. The Guymans. Family. Love them dearly. There's Mr. Hill, Charlie Hill, band director at Erlanger Lloyd High School. Myself and my brother Gerald at the Baptist Village there, I believe. And wonderful man, Charlie Hill, great band director. Let's see what they have to say here.
Commonwealth of Kentucky, and I went on for the state of Kentucky. Keep it on.
See if I can get the film straightened out here.
He's the best videographer.
It's already recording. That the gentleman playing the piano, I didn't realize this, but we taught school together back in 1970. That's how old we are. And he is one of the best musicians and the best instructors in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And I went on to be Superintendent of Education for the state of Kentucky, the last elected one in 1992. But since you're from San Henry's, I have something even more important to tell you. My sister, Barbara Brander Stephenson, started her teaching career at two places, Beechwood High School in Fort Mitchell and San Henry's High School in Erlanger, Kentucky, and taught there for many years.
children have gone on to be super educators for the nation. And her husband, who's a World War II vet, Joseph Brander, if you go to church on Sunday, you'll see Jay Brander there wearing his World War II hat. He's 91 years old. So we have something in common. Now, I was taught this song by a gentleman by the name of Happy Chandler. And it just so happens in 1968, Miss Combs, who's sitting back there, one of my good friends, Jenny, nice to see you, and several other people in here I might recognize. But the most important thing is in singing the song, Happy Chandler said as he poked me on the chest as a young man, he said when I was president of the student body there at UK, he said, son, I'll teach you how to sing this song, but you got to sing it from your heart. So my brother and I have been singing from our hearts with Randy Wallace for many, many years, the minister out of Oak Ridge Baptist Church who comes over here quite often. And the song goes like this. See, I'm going to be a little deeper than that. I'm a little deeper. Let's see. The sun shines. Let's see, give me a little deeper.
The sun shines.
I'll go a little deeper. We're getting it down now, folks. You got remember what Happy says? You got to do it from your heart. Just let me start it and you follow me. Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children at play. The corn tops ripe and the meadows are in bloom, and the birds make music all the day. Weep no more, my ladies. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Now before I sing this last verse, I want you to reach over and grab the pulse of the person next to you. Just grab their pulse for a second. And you know something? I hope they got one or we're all in trouble. But when you reach over and you grab that pulse, I want you to visualize something for me. I want you to remember that pulse knows no esoticity. That pulse knows no particular faith, no political party, knows no preferences. All that pulse knows is that it's the gift of life from God. And the greatest gift that he gave us is the gift of love. So when you reach out there, whether you're teaching a school class, or whether you're in a church, or whether it's with a senior, you reach out and you touch them on the head, and you tell them, I love you. I love you. And remember that the greatest gift that God gave us is the gift of love. And so the song goes like this. The children rule on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times come to knocking at the door. Then my old Kentucky home says good night. Now join in with me. Weep no more, my lady. Oh,
winning the Kentucky Derby. There's nothing quite like it. I want to give congratulations to John Velasquez. I want to give congratulations to the Brooklyn Boys Stables, St. Elias, and the guys from West Point Thoroughbreds, to Todd Fletcher, the trainer of this horse. Well done. For all of you who have followed the Kentucky Derby year in and year out, thank you for making the Kentucky Derby great yet again. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
You can share the trophy, but we'll turn to Mary Ellen Bedomo first, because as Mike Tirico mentioned, you actually were the person who named Always Dreaming. Why?
I named the horse because I'm always daydreaming or dreaming about something, and I thought, why not name the horse Always Dreaming? When you're dreaming, everybody dreams about something in their life, whether it's a big day or a big event or a big race like this, the Kentucky Derby. So now I'm going to be dreaming about the Preakness in 3 weeks, and then I'm going to bring it home to my hometown, Elmont, to win the Belmont.
And you know, we don't hear any New York in your voice at all.
I'm going to work on that.
Anthony, your feelings?
I don't even know if there's words that can describe this. You know, it's a team. You know, we can't forget first Connor, Johnny, and the horse, and us, all of us. And out there are the unsung heroes, the grooms, and the hot walkers, and the exercise riders who work unstoppable every day to make a lot of this happen. So we can't forget them. And I want to just say hello to my niece Charlotte. It's a communion today. I had to miss a party, but I think she'll forgive me.
You're forgiven.
Thank you.
And not excommunicated. Vinny Viola and his wife Teresa, you've had a number of moments in sports. How does this compare to hitting 2 sewers in a stickball game, or your team in the Stanley Cup playoffs?
There's no feeling like this. 1965, my dad took a little boy with him to the racetrack at Aqueduct to see a racehorse named Kelso. And from that moment, I've been passionately attached to this sport. I want to thank my wife, Anthony, Mary Ellen, and everybody back in Brooklyn. This one's for you.
On to the Preakness.
On to the Preakness.
Lafitte?
All right, Bob, here with winning rider John Velasquez, winning trainer Todd Fletcher. Todd, you have one of the biggest, most powerful stables in the country. You win a lot of big races, yet every year, this time of year, the narrative is Todd Fletcher struggles in the Kentucky Derby. How tired had you grown of that narrative?
A lot less tired today. Now, I mean, look, we've run a lot of horses in it. Some of them haven't run so well, but now you look at it, and I think out of 17 years, we have 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 3 thirds. So it's becoming a little more respectable now.
And the first favorite you've ever started in a Kentucky Derby post, I'm Always Dreaming, winning pilot John Velasquez. How did he feel underneath you when you asked him for his very best at the top of the stretch?
He responded right away. You know, it was a great feeling. And Todd and I talk about it. You just asked me the question about it, you know, coming with how many horses coming to the Derby. Well, we've talked about it before. I think we came into the Derby with a much better horse, and we're not taking away from other horses we have run in the past, but this one was really the horse to go to the Derby, and he actually proved it today.
The discussion
Winner of the Kentucky Derby.
Difficult. Always Dreaming was in the morning. He had never shown those characteristics. As soon as he arrived at Churchill Downs, he became difficult to handle. How did you get him to relax?
Well, you know, today was a different story. You know, I don't have to take too much hold of him, so I only got him to run out of there, get a nice position going to the wire here. Once I got the position I wanted, and then I get it to settle, and he settled really well, and let the other speed go, and then I set him the outside, and from there on, it was pretty easy. He got through the glass, and, you know, it took me a little bit, but not crazy, and then just waited for the competition up to the quarter ball, and I asked him, he responded right away.
Congratulations, John, on your second Derby win.
Thank you very much.
Mike?
All right, Lafitte, thank you. The winner in 2011 had been out of the top 9 in the Derby the last 4 years, John Velasquez. But that story changes today with Always Dreaming and those really cool New York connections. Imagine the show that would be if this horse wins the Preakness, he gets the double.
A great event for Kentucky and all Kentuckians.
Celebrate Brooklyn.
Proud of our governor, Matt Bevin,
Derby winner.
doing a great job.
Hey, everybody.
Beautiful. I loved going to the Kentucky Derby when I was a student at the University of Kentucky and was in the Air Force ROTC and lieutenant and a cadet policeman. I went over to work as a cadet policeman over at the Kentucky Derby. It was great times. Great times to be there. Again, our class reunion meeting there, and I see Martha Edmonds there on the front, and Stanley Letford down the line there, class of 1961. Don't forget those monthly meetings we're having as a committee at La Rosa's at 12 o'clock every fourth Friday. That night on fourth Fridays, I go to the homeless shelter and sing with Randy Wallace at the homeless shelter, Fairhaven Rescue Mission, each fourth Friday for 30 years. So let's, don't forget the reunion. If you can't make it to the committee meetings, that's fine, but reunions, May the 17th at La Rosa's Simon Kenton Room in Independence, Kentucky, 1 to 4 o'clock. 859-750-0000. Give me a call, or give Richard a call, or any of the other committee members. God bless you and have a great day. Here we have luck today, a great deal. God's blessed us with my friend Ralph Dreves coming in here to the Harold and Daryl Newton's and Todd Newton's and Harry Sparrow's barber shop called Sparrow Newton's, where you're not a real Kentuckian unless you've been here and got your hair cut. And Ralph, our county judge and a great home builder and civic leader for many years. We lost a good man in Bill Robinson, didn't we, Ralph?
Yes, we did, yeah.
And gone on to heaven to where he will be the chairman of a lot of boards up there.
I was his personal hairdresser for 40 years.
40 years you was his hairdresser. Now, you know...
Mr. Perfect Hair. He had perfect hair.
You know something, folks? When you get a chance to be a friend of Ralph Drees, and you see what he's done for all in northern Kentucky in so many ways, one just has to conjure up in their heart and sing a little song. sing just a little.
Stop talking so much.
Just a little song for Ralph Drees. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to God. You know something, Ralph? You are beautiful to God because you're a good public servant, you've been a good civic leader, and you've been a one heck of a home builder. And everybody in northern Kentucky can attest to that.
Is he a big tipper?
He's a big tipper too, I'm sure. And I'll say hello to Miss June Stephenson for you, because that was another great home builder, Andy Guyman, and the Guyman brother home builders.
That was her father, and
Andy was her father.
Yeah, he was in the Second World War.
Yes, he was.
Worked for my dad. He was quite a character. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was Georgetown here. Okay.
So that ends our little conversation here today. Sparrow and Newton's hairstyle. What's the number, telephone number here, Daryl? Or Todd?
59491-0027.
0027. Howdy, boys. Howdy, boys. And say hello to my friend Harry Sparrow. God bless you and take care.
For two weeks.
Ralph, nice to see you.
Okay. You better cut that off.
Wonderful memories there with Ralph Drees and put together that DeVue Park facility up there and all the work that he did on that at his association. God bless you all that work together to make things wonderful for the people of Golden Triangle, Northern Kentucky, Greater Cincinnati, Lexington, and Louisville, and all the Commonwealth of Kentucky. God bless you all. Travels with Dr. John Stephenson here, 859-750-0000. Northern Kentucky Attorney William Robinson III. He lived a life of service to others.
All right, this is his daily diary from the block today. Discovered today, peed, no poop. Got lots of comments today. My favorite was, wow, and your dog's jacked. And I said, thank you, he is, since it's none of their business who's jacked dog.
We're gonna praise old Dixie to the sky, roll, roll, roll.
Dixie Boys.
What do you think, guys? I was a cheerleader.
My brother-in-law Jay there. Dixie graduate.
How are you? Good. Yourself? All right. All right. Class of 84. 84? 84? We sing that all the time. No, our youngest guy is 84.
John? The other way. John. Are you ready?
Yes. Okay. John learned to sing properly from Abby Chandler, one of the great songs about our state. It's the one that every derby means everything.
He should do this at the Derby.
John is very pretty, but he can sing like a son of a gun. It's all yours, John.
Well, it's an honor to be here with you today. I did not graduate from Dixie. I have a little ring on there that
I thought
I've been wearing. But I will tell you one thing. One of Dixie Heights graduates was one of my best friends throughout his life, and that was Joe Stark. And I played basketball against him and hired Stacy, and I want to tell you something. They were fabulous. And I played at Simon Kenton. I never will forget the first game of the season with Gallatin County. I scored 25 points in the reserve game. Threw me in off the bench for the second game, the senior game. I scored 19 points. We won by 2 points, 58-56. The first game of the season, they carried me off their shoulders and as the hero. And I sat back and I thought, if they had to carry me off now, they'd all have hernias. And I never will forget, I went out and hitchhiked home. Mrs. Fisk, Jeff Fisk's mother, who just passed away not too long ago, picked me up in the rain. And she said, now, Johnny, don't let this victory here tonight and all this heroism go to your head. I said, ma'am, I'm hitchhiking home in the rain. I don't think it'll go to my head. But I'm proud to sing this song, as Hazel said. Happy Chandler taught me how to sing it back in 1968 when I was president of the student body at the community college in northern Kentucky. And he came up to speak and he said, son, poke me on the chest. He said, I'll teach you how to sing it, but you got to sing it from your heart. You got to sing it from your heart. So today, I'll try to sing it in honor of Joe Stark and all the Dixie High School graduates, including my brother-in-law, Jay Brander, back there, who's 91 years old today, and married to my sister Barbara for many, many years, went on to heaven, and Harold Krause, who's 93. We'll be going for a ride looking at all their old homes today, and then finishing up with dinner down at the Greyhound Grill. That's June and I are Greyhound Tavern now. So, I'll sing this song for you, and it goes something like this. Jim's heard me so many times, he knows my speech.
I do too. I know your speech.
And it goes like this. Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children at play. The corn tops ripe and the meadows are in bloom, and the birds make music all the day. Weep no more, my ladies, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Now before I sing the last verse, I look back there and I see Todd and his son and Daryl, a grandfather, son, and a grandson. And that young man is in Dixie Heights High School. And there's something about family that's very important. You reach over right now and touch the pulse of the man next to you. Reach over and see if you can feel their pulse, just for a second. Do you feel their pulse? See if you feel their pulse. If you don't feel it, we're all in trouble.
We're all dead. I feel his pulse. I feel it.
Well, you know that pulse knows no ethnicity. It knows no particular faith, no political party. It just knows one thing. It's the gift of life from God. And the greatest gift that God gave any of us is the gift of love. And we all have been blessed to be born in this country. And we owe that blessing not just to our fellow human beings, but to the veterans that died to keep the freedoms that we have. The ones who are alive here today to keep those freedoms. Like my brother-in-law Jay back there that was on the USS Swanee. The first two ships hit by kamikazes in the Battle of Leyte. And survived it, but lost his best friend, Johnny Bianco, on that ship. And he's here today, and Harold Krause is here today, another World War II veteran. Other veterans are in here today, and we honor them. We honor them because of what they did for us. And then, when you get a chance, Hazen, when the barristers of all of Northern Kentucky that fought for what? Freedom. Someone asked someone, why are you a lawyer? I can tell you why lawyers are lawyers. It's because democracy would not be democracy without protection of someone standing in the stead for the laws that maintain our democracy. Am I right? Amen. Now the last verse goes like this. Now remember, your grandchildren, reach down and touch them on the head. We often forget to do this, fellas. You reach down and you touch them on the head. A son to a son, a grandfather to a grandson, and to your friends. You touch them and you say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, the children roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times comes a knocking at the door. Then my old Kentucky home says goodnight. Now join in with me. We no more, my ladies. Oh, we no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away, for my old Kentucky home, far away. God bless America, God bless Kentucky, and God bless Dixie Heights High School. Praise the Lord, pass the ammunition of godly principles.
Happy birthday, Jay.
Happy birthday, Jay. Let's sing happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jay. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Wonderful brother-in-law, Jay Brandon. Took him to all the places I went. Praise the Lord. Did the best I could do to love him every way I could be loving him. And it was wonderful that he was able to leave each of his children $200,000 each. And the St. Henry's Church choir, the St. Henry's Church, another $20,000 or $25,000 that he had told me about that he left to the church. God bless him. God bless him in his work. And he left me love, 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 and love. And that's all that we can expect from God, Jesus, love.
Yeah. That's the one thing about those flowers. When the rain hits, they're down.
Those are the best smelling.
I know. Yeah. John, these are from original.
You know what? I have to get you guys. I mean, if you got a place to put them, I'll get some of them things.
I would love that. I know Kathy would too.
Going way back.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, my God, Grandma and Grandpa Walsh.
Yeah.
Or I mean Darnell.
Yeah.
So.
You gotta get a picture of that.
Jackie, get a
I got it.
Get
I'm on video right now.
Video, how about a picture?
Okay. Well, come on over there with her. Get over there, Vicky.
Come on. Come on. Josh, yeah, he's a video.
Now tell us who do we have here, June?
Jerry Walsh.
And my Facebook partner,
Vicky Walsh.
Vicky Walsh.
Wife of Ken.
And she deserves an award for being on Facebook with me, because anybody that's on Facebook with me, if they read any of my posts at all, it is like a book.
I see him. Just after a half hour, I say, that's all.
That's all. Let me get a picture here. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Out where the cemetery is, where June's mom and dad are buried. Praise the Lord. This is where mom and dad are buried. Garnette Bingham Stephenson, 54 age. Alton Charles Stephenson, 86 age. They're at Forest Lawn Cemetery. I love to go out there and film this and sing a song. And Barbara and Jay right across behind us, behind me there on the other side of the road, little road, is where Barbara and Jay are buried. Also, wonderful, wonderful Christian folks. And there's Joe. There's my friend there, the Diane Littrell and her husband. Both of them on to heaven now. They belong very active there at the Oak Ridge Baptist Church. And she was in a class of 1961 at Simon Kenton High School. And works, bless her heart, wonderful, wonderful couple, wonderful people. Miss them sorely. Dudley Alfred Martin, Mass of Christian Burial. Dudley Martin. They're on Wolf Road. Wonderful man. Missing both. Shirley. Still alive, I believe. 60 and 61. There's Jay again, Jay Brander and some friends. Wonderful World War II veteran. We'll get to that video there in a little bit here. And of course this is, I'm quite sure this is a Northern Kentucky State University, because there's Julian Carroll, governor who went on to heaven a short few years ago, and all the state senators and representatives in the background there. 1968 is when they had the first establishment of the four-year college, and gave us the power to have it here in Northern Kentucky when I was president of student government, and gathered 3,000 signatures to help support the legislature, as well as all the groups there at Northern Kentucky State College at the old community college there at part of UK, to authorize this establishment to get Northern Kentucky State College started. Wonderful time. Love you folks.
Boy come down and main deck stopped, and that fire and that flames went all over it. He was just burned to a crisp.
Now, what's your name, sir?
My name is Bryant. Bryant.
Bryant?
B-R-Y-A-N-T.
And
McCune.
And your first name?
Bryant, like the furnace.
Oh, Bryant Furnace.
And then McCune is my last name.
How you spell that?
M-C-K-U-N-E.
M-C-K. And this is Mrs. McCune?
Yeah.
60 years. Well, 60 years. Well, when the good Lord looked down, he made man, you know. He observed it, and he said, oops, I can do better than that, and he made the ladies. And, of course, this is Jay Brander, my brother-in-law. And now, were you a vet, too?
No, I wasn't. No.
Well, we're all vets in some way or another.
My two uncles were in the military, in the Navy in the Pacific.
Yeah. And they have another veteran over here.
Yeah, I know we talked to him.
And what's his name? What's your name, young man? What's your name?
Jim Sutton.
Jim Sutton. And he's another veteran in the area here. God bless you all. Nice to be with you today for lunch.
And my brother was in Vietnam, and my best buddy that I went to school with, he was in Vietnam, a couple of years in Vietnam. So, I mean, you know.
Closest I got was ROTC, Second Lieutenant Cadet Police.
When I went to Western Michigan, I was in ROTC. That was just like, you know,
that's as close as I got. Air Force ROTC.
But then, compared to this guy,
I know.
I'm only 80, and I'm the youngest.
Well, we were willing to go.
We were willing.
That's right.
You're 80, I'm 75.
Jay was on the USS Swanee. It was hit by two kamikazes to battle Lake Taygulf.
And I'm almost 74.
I tell you too, one of the nicest guys I ever met was in the Navy. We would come in the Saipan or Tinian for supplies and that get refueled, and then they would give us time. We got finished with the work. We could walk around the area and that. And one of the times we were in there, 4 of my friends and I, and we were walking around, and we looked up ahead there a good distance of where the dock was, and man, it was all tied up with PT boats. There had to be 15, 20 of them or so. And we've been reading about them aboard ship, the paper they put out. And, oh man, how lucky can you get? We got up there, and we're looking at it, rubbing the sun. Here comes this Lieutenant JJ walking by. Oh, I says, you men interested like these PT boats? Yes, sir, we told him we were an escort carrier, and we've been reading about them on the paper that they put out on the ship every now and then. And to show you what kind of an officer he was, he said, my PT, one of these is mine, it's tied up down below here on the dock. If you want to come with me, I'll let you go aboard and get a good look at it. Now, how many officers would you find like that? Well, anyway, oh, thank you. Went on down there. He let us we spent a good 20 minutes or better, 20 to 25 minutes. He let us take turns sitting down behind the steering mechanism and that, part. And he showed us on the side about how it released the torpedoes and all. And you couldn't meet a nicer guy than what he was. And so we wished him the best of luck and everything when we left there. And then, I don't know how many years later it was. I mean, the war was over with. I was home, I got married, had children, and that. I was sitting there in the living room looking at the paper one day. Here's this guy's picture in the paper. This officer. I looked there and I said, holy cow, I called my wife, Barbara, come on out here, I got to show you something. I said, here's the guy, the nice officer we met, that he took us aboard his PT boat and let us talk all about it. And look who it is. Look who the guy is. John F. Kennedy.
You know what? I was thinking that I was just going to ask you if it was John F. Kennedy.
But as a Lord, he's the nicest person you could ever meet. And like I say, we spent a little better than 20 minutes with him, and he's talking about the PT boat, talking to us and that. And I said, man, oh man, what a nice person he was.
That's a once in a lifetime, huh?
Great story.
Lifetime story,
That's right. Are you from Kentucky?
We're from Kentucky, and I used to be Superintendent of Education for the state of Kentucky. The last elected one, back in 1992.
Very good.
So welcome to Kentucky. Where are you all from?
Michigan.
Michigan. Well, I filmed a show up in Michigan, too. All the Great Lakes and up and around Whitefish and Hearst, Canada. My wife and I do little television shows, Travels with the Stephensons. If you're ever on YouTube,
Look us up under Travels with John Stephenson with a PH. Yep. Nice to be.
Okay, have a good day. And I want to tell you one other thing before you leave. When you're out there driving, look out for those bad drivers.
Nowadays, you have to drive to
My brother-in-law. That's right. Jay Brander. Wonderful man. Wonderful husband. And a wonderful soldier. God bless him. Here's a great story here how Northern Kentucky University got started. And you see Julian Carroll signing the paperwork there. Bill Donamar, Bill McBee, some of the great legislators back behind there. Louis D. Fillet, that I can remember here. They were all up there for this signing. And I hope I can bring back the wonderful memories of my wife. Eventually, June Guymon Stephenson graduated from Northern Kentucky University. Unfortunately, my time was early before they got built, and I had to go on back down to finish up at UK in 1970. Graduated from the University of Kentucky. There's my good friend, Dr. Frank Steele, the first president of Northern Kentucky University. Longtime friend and his wife both. And there they are. That's Ken Lucas, I believe, with him there, turning over the first shovels, former commissioner of Boone County. Good man, great man. And there's John DeMarcus, I think it is. His father was a legislator, Harold DeMarcus, and it was helpful in getting the four-year college established. And he worked at the Northern Kentucky College for many years. And of course, down there you'll see Dr. Frank Steele out in the bucket there. I'll show you that in just a second. There you see Dr. Frank Steele out on the lake up there. Also, one of the things you want to remember, the two legislators that got the legislation passed. Phil King from Kenton County at the time, and wrote the legislation signed with Art Schmidt, one a Democrat and one a Republican. Art Schmidt from Campbell County and Phil King from Kenton County. And Louis Nunn was the governor, and they had to have Louis Nunn to get it done, frankly. And that's where Harold DeMarcus played a role, and myself, I think so too. I always had a good friendship with Louis Nunn. And there's a picture of Louis Nunn right there up at Northern. And what a great governor he was. And of course, Julian Carroll was lieutenant governor. And I had served as Ford, Carroll, and Ginger's statewide teacher chairman in their campaigns. And as I said, Julian passed away not long ago, as well as Burton Jones did. But there's something to read there and learn about all this wonderful thing called Northern Kentucky University.
But statins can also deplete CoQ10 levels. That's why my doctor recommended Cunol CoQ10. Cunol has the #1 cardiologist recommended form of CoQ10. Cunol, the brand I trust.
Out here, every cast is a chance, and every catch a memory. If that sounds like where you want to be, then check out Bass Pro Shops in Cabela's Spring Classic Fishing Sale for our biggest fishing and boating sale of the year. Make memories on the water with unbeatable savings on America's favorite boat brands, plus a free gift card on select models. Trade in your old rods or reels and save even more.
Barbara, Gene Brander, and Jay Brander there at Forest Lawn Cemetery. My brother-in-law, my sister Barbara. Right across the street you'll find the garden, 7 Mile Garden, where I donated the land over there to the city of Erlanger to build the garden. 7 Mile Garden, beautiful garden, stone wall that I built back when I had the 7 Mile House, pipe and tobacco shop there and tavern. God bless the place. God bless it all. Senator Jim Bunning, wonderful senator, great baseball player, represented Northern Kentucky for many years. Right there is little Eric Guymon. June rocked him on her knee as a young boy, and we have loved him ever since, and love the fact that he's gone on to be a great architecture person down in the city of Louisville, for a great company. And there's his mom, Jenny, his little sister there. Wonderful. Laura, Eric, and Jenny. Best of 30-some items here. Eric, Keith, June, and Laura. Again, there's the Simon Kenton group. Larry Hensley and some state legislators here. Oh, there's wonderful Harold McMillan. There's Larry McMillan and Asa Rouse. There's my little sister Judy. Oh, and there's the kids there at Keith's house, Keith and Jenny's house, and two little babies. There's Keith, who treated us today out at Frisch's, bless his heart. I tell you what. There's his brother Ken, twins. Wonderful folks. And there we are, June and John. Smartest move I ever made, and it didn't even make it. God made it for me. And there's Diane Works and her husband, Mr. Works. Wonderful people. Gone on to heaven. Of course, you know probably who those folks are. Nancy Pelosi. And here we got some folks outside of Keith's house, I think it is. Somebody's marriage, I guess. Oh, there's my daughter, Michelle. Colleen Michelle Garnette Stephenson. And Miss June. Isn't that a beautiful monument there? There they are again. Jay and myself. Some veterans. This is, I guess this is probably Gil's old house. Oh, there, John DeMarcus. Harold DeMarcus' son. He worked there at Northern and helped to get to college. Oh, a little funny guy there. That's me. And there's our little cottage today at 38 McCollum Road, Independence, Kentucky. Thanks to Gil and Jan Hammond. Cross the heart. Oh, mercy. Now, if you don't know what that was an 81-year-old letting the camera slide out of his hands and off the table onto the floor. So I don't know if we missed much there, but we're out at Keith's house there at celebrating some things. So just pardon me as being 81. I'll try to get started back up here. There's the girls. Jennifer, June, and Amy, I think it is. There's Stephen, Jay, Stephen, the son. A great baseball player, Jim Bunning, and a great legislator.
Many believe we are still feeling the lingering effects from shutdowns, social distancing, and the drastic change of routine. According to a Gallup,
Jim Bunning, great baseball player too. And the smartest movie he ever made was Mary Bunning. Bless his heart and bless her heart. A wonderful lady. gone on to heaven years ago. Rick Robinson, Philip Taliaferro, and state representative there, Adam Koenig.